guys, what's going on?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. Hey, you guys, guess what?
What?
This is the first asylum I've done since 2022. Can you hear me?
Wow.
I'm not saying it's going to come back regularly, but I'm hoping it will. I have a new co-host with Asylum. His name is Dustin Krepp. He's been a guest a few times, and it's going to be a super fun, great time. But also, I've been really busy with another podcast called On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tressa. Josh has also been a guest on my podcast, and we basically talk about shows that aren't terrible and shows from the 80s that are kind of terrible, but kind of great. Do you guys remember Misfits of Science? So good.
Yeah, Misfits of Science.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good and terrible.
What was it on? What was it on?
It was on NBC. I can tell you that right now. It's fantastic and terrible. Yeah, so I've been doing that. If anyone wants to check that out, you can get all the links at onfiretonight.com. You guys have anything to open up with?
No, just thanks for tuning in. This is our, well, I'm John. This is Matt from
Hi.
Undetermined the podcast.
Woo.
Hi, everybody.
So this is what, our third time
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
doing
so.
something together? So clearly we're going to have a podcast together at some point.
Maybe
Probably.
puppets
Multiple-
will be involved.
I'm just seeing
I
like a
hope so.
theme going here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can we get paid? That's the thing.
That's,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah. That'd be nice. Wouldn't it?
Maybe we'll sell candles or something. That's how we'll get paid.
Maybe.
There you go.
I think though what we can do is after this being our third asylum flick, I think we can make one of these.
You know what?
What?
We've got the background.
It's pretty cut and dried.
I did go to film school for a full semester, so I think I know what I'm
Right
doing.
on. I got a degree in theater.
I
Yeah.
mean, shut the
We
fuck
got
up.
this. We
We
got
are
this.
already overqualified. Let's do it.
I've directed a one-act play.
Yes,
on.
yeah.
I don't want to brag, but
I've been in a few, and as a cinematographer myself, meaning
Oh.
somebody who makes a meme like once a month, I think I'm fully qualified to shoot an asylum film.
you know what? All we got to do, really, I think, is if we can find like a laser tag place that'll just let us come in for the night. We've got a set
I'm sure.
right there. If we're making a movie, like we've got a set right there. But I was thinking about like that's a really good business idea for Asylum. Would be like
just a backlot just for them.
just get an old warehouse, turn it into a laser tag place. It's making money, when they're not using it, and then just tell everyone to fuck off the days you're recording.
Yeah, sure.
Right? You can't
Easy
come play
peasy.
laser tag on these days.
I mean,
Right?
go like 5 miles outside of Los Angeles, and it's got to be way cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a novelty. People are going to come just for that shit. And they'll buy the t-shirts and
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just telling you.
Yeah.
I would
mean-
go. I would go to the Asylum laser tag.
I would.
warehouse.
Yes, I would have my birthday there every year.
Absolutely. So speaking of disgusting things,
Uh-huh.
Nice.
we're going to talk some projectile vomiting.
Uh-huh.
maybe
Sure.
tonight.
But mostly, we're here to memorialize Tom Sizemore.
Yep.
Rip my bro.
Rip.
It is a sad occasion. It's a somber occasion.
Yeah.
But one of you guys reminded me that he was actually an asshole. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Right. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I can't
Pretty
feel
much
real bad about ripping on him.
Yeah. You kind of beat on the women's and stuff, and no bueno. Heidi Fleiss in that case and everything.
Oh shit! I don't support that. I don't know if I.
Yeah.
No.
You really have to. You have to separate the art from the artist in this one.
Yeah, because this art.
I don't think it's a
This
big
art.
stretch
Yeah.
between the two. I think he probably expended more energy committing his
Right.
legal faults. Dear Lord.
Well, anyway,
First thing-
from his past films, Natural Born Killers, True Romance. Oh my God, Saving Private Ryan. I mean, yeah, look at that. But then he's got you got that whole problem with the old drugs and the beating
Mhm.
women's and the.
I was gonna say who doesn't, but then he said beating women, and I'm out.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
cannot relate, Tom.
no, but in this film, he was like, "Not today, Dr. Drew," and he was off to the races.
Sit my ass in this closet for a full day, and then
Right.
maybe join the rest of the cast for the end for like a wrap up, and then
All
I'm
right.
done.
That's
After
it.
I smoke some
We're gonna-
hard drugs.
What do we have on tap tonight? All right. I got a little Firewater.
I've got some Jim Beam, a sponsor. Right. Thank you.
I just finished off the most disgusting wine and lemonade combination, and now I have a Costco vodka and lemonade, and it's delightful.
Nice.
There you go.
Costco rocks the alcohol. I am okay with their stuff. It's
a
good.
$13 bottle of vodka that's like gigantic. It's like a novelty bottle of vodka. It's so huge. Thank you.
Costco spiced rum right here.
Yeah. Well, we
delicious
don't have a Costco.
Stuff. Speaking of that, we're going to play a quick drinking game. You guys cool with it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to take a drink for every time Tom Sizemore stands up in this film. You ready?
Oh, I never get to take a drink.
I know. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he did?
Oh, he did. Yeah, okay. He did once. That's right.
Done.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yep. Matt took notes.
So did I. Oh my God. When I was done taking notes, I was like, how did I take this many notes? No, that's not possible. I ignored most of this movie. What?
You know what? It had more than most of the Asylum movies.
It did in a lot of ways, I thought.
Yeah. How many times did you guys watch this movie?
Twice.
This one? Once.
Oh, okay. So
I only watched it once, but I was intently watching.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I watched it last night for the first time, and then I was totally not paying attention. So I was like, I need to take notes and watch it again. And somehow the movie got like 3 hours longer the second viewing. I don't know what happened, but it was not as good as I remember it the second time.
Yeah.
The first time, like, this movie is amazing. It's got Adam Ant, if he was the spokesperson for a cereal that tears the roof of your mouth up. It's got CGI. It's got space. It's got acting. It's got relationships. It's got the biggest asshole you would ever fucking meet. And it's always angry and accusing everybody of everything all the time.
Yes.
That's it. Water monster.
Right. There's some lights and stuff I thought were kind of cool.
Ooh, those tentacles were great.
Yeah, those tentacles. Something else.
Yeah, it took me back. So we should probably say what the movie is.
Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah, probably. It's a good idea.
Probably. Battle for Pandora.
Yes.
Did you guys see the first 3? Because I totally missed that. I didn't even know there were 3 other ones.
No. I just thought this was a Way of Water mockbuster, and that was it.
Well, it was kind of interesting. The title kind of went after Avatar.
Yeah.
Right, and then, but like the movie itself was much more the Abyss.
Was not.
Right, because it had the water tentacles, and both are James Cameron films.
Oh, I forgot that he did that. The internet told me that it was supposed to be an Avatar mockbuster, but I've never seen any Avatar movies, so I was like, okay, if you say so.
No, but if you look, like, the name is because where they go in the movie,
the planet,
Pandora
is the planet, and there's a blue alien on the cover of the Asylum film.
Right, that has
which doesn't show anything. Right, I was
ever.
wondering if I was the only one that.
No.
Yeah, was I taking a piss when they show the blue alien? I don't think.
No, that's Asylum does that.
It just looks like Pinhead without the pins.
Yeah.
But yeah, nowhere in the movie.
Just like those ones that used to fuck you over at the book fair when you were in elementary school.
Man,
this looks great. You read it, piece of shit. That story's never in there. That monster's never in there. Who the fuck wrote this? Yeah.
I don't remember.
I was a difficult third grader.
So we open the film and got like a team on the moon, Pandora. What is it, Saturn's moon?
One of Saturn's moons, they say. I was going to look that up today to see if that even fucking checked out, but
I feel like it does, but I didn't look it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get more and more with Tress's idea. The more we do these, it's just like this science is just, it's low hanging fruit for one thing. They're going to be wrong about everything.
The science in every Asylum movie pisses me off to no end. But in this movie, like the end all be all, Jennifer, who is like the disease and germ, bacteria, whatever.
Right. She's like all of the scientists know everything about everything.
But she's spouting off like 3rd grade biology, and everyone's like, wow, that's impressive. How do you know
what? Yeah. Epidermis is? I do.
Here's some sebum. You know what that is? Oil. Shut the fuck up, Jim.
Wow.
But she really did. She pulled off the big words, and I'll give her credit for that.
She did.
No tongue tangling or anything. Just bam, threw them out there like she owned those.
She learned them all phonetically.
Like, come on, Tom, just give me one hit off that pipe. Just one fucking hit to get through today. Have you seen these lines, God?
Did you see?
No, I don't read lines.
Did you see who was responsible for the visual effects?
No.
Everybody's semi-favorite country artist, Glenn Campbell. I'm positive it's the same guy.
Same
Gotta
person.
be.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. Explains all the rhinestones.
It does.
Yeah. The running belt with the glow sticks attached to them.
Right.
Those
Those were
great.
nice. That's a big part of the budget.
A Glenn Campbell staple.
I think so. So they're on the surface. They're doing experiments.
That first scene was very confusing because I couldn't tell anyone apart, and they were all talking to each other, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on? Who's that? What's going on? Where did that person go?" I'm like, "Who are you talking about?
Right.
I don't know what's happening."
Yeah, that's what we want to know. That's why we're watching this.
They were testing the water, and this made me laugh. Right, they're testing the water to see if there's like any organic material in the water. They're surrounded by plants, by the way.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. There are plants all the way around there. I'm like, I think we got the organic part figured out.
Yeah. Because they're basically on Earth, but it's got a blue filter on it.
Right.
Yep.
It's like shot entirely in Instagram.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's a surf documentary.
Like
they're just going to go surfing afterwards.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's where they drew the line on the Avatar. We're, most of that shit's blue in that movie, right?
We're going to make everything blue, and we're going to have water.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Here we go.
Here's my money.
Right.
This opening water scene and the whatever, I got really excited for a minute because the guy, when he disappears or whatever, right before he disappears, like, whoa, what's that? That's weird. And then his like radio cuts out and he's like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And I was so excited because I thought it was going to be like a psychological thing, like Bird Box or something, where the monster confuses you, so you go kind of crazy and you don't know what's happening. And I would have fucking loved that. Yeah. You know what didn't happen? That
didn't happen. Instead, they had a current.
Oh, God.
What is that? There's water moving around in the water.
It's a water worm. Whoa.
Yep.
So I was impressed, like for a few minutes, on like the water tentacles, and be like,
yeah.
The water
put some
tentacles
budget
were
into
great.
that. They were, but then you like remember like that technology goes back to the abyss.
Yeah, I kept seeing that scene too. You know,
which I mean, I just like this. I'm going to bum everyone out, but I'm going to do it. All right. You know how long the abyss was? How long ago that actually was?
That's how you're going to bum us out?
Oh,
that is a bummer.
Don't do that.
33 fucking years. That hurt me to discover that. Like, I read in like a review of it.
That was people.
30. I know. It hurt.
Edit that out.
Cut that. No, thank you. That's just rude.
I know.
Yeah, fucking awful. Such a terrible thing there. So yeah, you threw my thoughts off completely. Waterworms.
I have a question about this, whoever they're working for.
Okay.
This totally fake model building that has it has a door that says 13 on it, and on the other side of the shot it says Space Agency.
Space Agency.
I love that part.
Right?
They're just like, that's one thing message man. I was like, see the guy in the writing room. Hey guys, what do you want to call the Space Agency in this movie?
We'll just put in Space Agency. We'll make it better later.
I think you got it, Greg. It's right
there.
No.
We'll fix it later.
Don't overthink it. We'll
Space Agency. That's a great idea.
And it looks like something which is inspiring all of this. It looks like the MST3K set. It really
100%.
For like 10 minutes, I was like, is that the MST3K set?
Right, because it also, the 13, I was like, is that like a Deep 13 reference to like Dr. Forrester's lab and whatnot?
Could be.
But so let me ask a question, because I'm a dum-dum about this stuff. They kept calling it Space Force. Did they change stuff, or is the Space Agency the same as a Space Force, or is everybody stupid but me?
No,
I think they have to be the same thing, but yes,
I think so. I thought at first when I watched it, and I asked, I was like, I was like, okay, are they in space? Or he was like, no, they refer to the Space Force throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if that was like when they were back in the academy or whatever, and now they work for the space agency. But I don't think so. I think they probably like made the graphic and just had put space agency on there, like insert name here.
We'll fix it later. We'll
Right.
fix it
They're
later.
like, fuck it. That's
right. And then just
You know how
later
much
they're
that's
like,
gonna
how much
cost?
is it going to cost to change that?
right.
Just leave it. Just leave it.
We
It's
can't
gonna be like
afford
15
Sizemore.
bucks. Come on.
Can't afford Sizemore's crack. We're gonna pay for that.
We've got a video game controller to pay for.
Oh shit.
And an
How many
electric
people?
shaver.
How are we gonna hot glue all the helmets together if we
Jesus Christ, our Dollar General budget.
through the fucking roof on this?
Why aren't they sponsoring us?
Right. I wondered how many. I did think it was kind of a cool workaround and a good idea, but for a cheap film. But it's like I wondered how many iPads they just borrowed from people. Like they weren't like working anymore except for
Yeah.
one screen.
Bring your
And, like,
iPad.
glued them to the wall and painted around them. Look at all the screens.
Right.
It's like science.
I get
It's
tickled just like
fucking iPads.
yeah. Or just looking at like the set and like the shit that they throw on the wall. Like I
Uh-huh.
was particularly distracted by the air filter that was on the wall in the set, like it because it was really prominent. And I'm like, that's clearly an air filter.
Right. IKEA shelves.
But I was
Shit
just
like
like at least glad that it wasn't a used filter, which would have been gross.
Eh,
they went all
my biggest problem was the fucking spacesuits. They made me fucking crazy. Like the helmets were like vacuum canisters with vacuum hoses attached to them.
in.
But the hoses weren't for oxygen because something else was for oxygen. It was just for funsies, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It just goes back in the suit.
Yeah.
Right.
you
It
have
was
to
like
wear that thing
clearly
on
hot
set all
glued
day?
on.
It
Yeah.
was fucking nonsense, those suits.
Oh God, wearing that on set all day, breathing your own ass, just coming up through the tube.
Their epaulets were like really thick gray maxi pads.
Right.
They had glow stick necklace accents going down. Like, you guys, I mean, I get it. You guys have a budget. It's cool. You know what? You're creative, and I respect that. However, get your shit together because
Shit.
what the fuck?
It's not that hard.
Now, to their credit, they did get like the glow stick things that flashed at times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the
that's
little
So-
strobe in the front.
yes.
The fucking runner's belt. Did you guys see the runner's belt?
I saw, yeah, that was
It
like
is
really.
identical.
Yeah.
It was. I was like, that's it. That's
Mhm.
totally it when
That's
you
gotta
sent
be
that
it.
to us.
Can we talk? Can we talk about Tom Sizemore's epaulet? If we're talking epaulets, can we
Sure.
talk about Tom Sizemore's epaulets that are basically shoe insoles?
Shoe soles. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Thank
you.
you.
He cut the bottom of his boots off and
Nice.
put them on his shoulder.
Oh my gosh. It's still not, was it the Colonel? Like
William Bradley.
he had the tassels on
Captain
his
Crunch.
shoulder.
Yeah.
He
that-
looked like, my opinion, Anderson Cooper doing Michael Jackson doing Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
That's
I would switch out Michael Jackson with Adam Ant, but absolutely.
I'm sure.
I can
mean,
see
I
that.
see little Captain Stubing in there.
Mm-hmm. And the quality of the velvet of that costume made me angry.
It's nice.
So
What a
Card and
waste of
Party
fucking
Warehouse.
money.
I was like, I know you paid like $10 for this costume,
Yeah.
if
and I'm mad about it.
If. Yeah. Here we are trying to glue together puppets.
so the research team is in trouble, right? All of a
Yes.
sudden, like the water creatures are on the attack and they take somebody suddenly. He's just gone. Like
Into the
nobody
water.
sees it happen. He's just gone.
Into the water. Can't breathe the atmosphere. Can't breathe underwater either, I guess, with those things. I don't know how that didn't save him, but yeah.
This movie's bullshit. But yes, this space agency scene was like, you got not Mariska Hargitay, you got Captain Crunch, you
Captain
got Jenny and her new boyfriend or husband, I don't know which.
I think husband.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then they mention her ex-boyfriend, and boy, does
Mm.
it get tense.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, and she gotta go see him.
Mm.
Because her husband, Cliff, is a fucking asshole.
What a
And
douchebag.
nerd.
Nerd.
Wearing a bow tie like an asshole? What the
Mhm.
fuck?
Get off my
This is
moon.
the space agency force. Force agency,
Yeah.
whatever.
I think one of the biggest problems with that trope too, with the silent flicks, is they always put like, for the lead guy, he's like the handsome guy, but he's the handsome guy from the haircut book where your mom took you to the salon, in the 80s.
Hell
And
yeah.
you're like 10, you're like, that man's handsome. I want his haircut. And
Yep.
yeah, that's like every time. It's like there's no rugged handsomeness. Fucking just
Mm-mm.
edges are chiseled and shit and just
Because they're in
blow
Los
dried.
Angeles. That doesn't
Right.
exist.
Yeah. Not in shit movies. Right.
Yeah, so they gotta go rescue stuff, and Jen's the only one who knows how to do shit because she's the best scientist in the
Right.
world,
And her husband is a really good scientist too,
I
but
guess.
also apparently a really good pilot, which we never it is mentioned, but
And
nothing
that's
comes
it.
out of it, right? It's like, oh, he's an awesome pilot, but he wants to be a scientist. He had to go nerd. Like there's almost like a disappointment in her in saying that.
Right.
I miss my badass
Uh,
boyfriend.
Why couldn't I be fucking a pilot right now? This sucks.
I used to fuck a pilot. I used to. Now I'm stuck with nerd boy.
Anymore.
Every person in a relationship in this movie is a fucking asshole.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys grow up. What are you, like 20? I don't know. I can't tell anymore. I don't know.
Oh, another question that popped up for me. Okay. When we meet Captain Crunch on the
Mhm.
ship, you notice like the face paint is like,
What the
Right.
fuck was that?
okay, did that. Okay. They weren't always wearing that, right?
No, the
No, they
face
like put
paint
it on
was
to go to
like when
battle,
they were
right?
getting ready to go to the
Ah,
planet.
okay. That's what
Like
I
the whole
thought.
team is suddenly put
Right.
on paint.
In the background, someone's like, this'll help you stay like energized or something.
Sure.
They
That's how
didn't,
that shit works.
I mean, it's the future, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
Probably.
think too with Captain Stibbing, because of the Avatar movie, remember like the general was in that or whatever, has the big scars on his face. In the first one, he's like, yeah, it was attacked by like 20, these blue monkey
Waters.
people or whatever. And screw them, we're gonna kill them all. But he had those like scars down the side. So I think that they were like, how can we grab a hold of that with like 68 cents? A Sharpie. I got a Sharpie.
So stylized. Like everyone had these
Yeah.
like very specific
Right.
designs on their face. And like they show them putting it on and it's just a guy dragging his fingers across someone's face. But then you look at everyone and they've got like points and like
You
that is impressive. I can't do that with my
Right.
eye
know.
makeup.
And
Well
you can
done.
tell like they just let them decide what they were going to put
Oh,
on
oh my God.
Right.
Yes.
because there
It's
was
And that's
like no
stupid. No, I love it.
uniformity to it at all.
Right.
It's just like I like this design, and like
No,
the one dude had what looked like either a penis, or
right.
somebody like reaching to pick his nose. It could have been either one of
Either
those.
one.
And I'm sure the director like looked at it and was like, "You got to go first. We got to get rid of this
Right.
nose picking penis mouth shit.
Right.
This is not." So he was like the first one to die from the team, and I
Mm.
just wondered if there was like something to that.
Yeah. I had to put like an H2O and like a slash through it.
That is both genius and dumb
Mm.
as shit. I respect that. Going back just a second to the scene
Mhm.
in Space Agency, I think that it evened out a little bit, but for like a good 20 minutes of this movie, Jenny was acting like she went to school at the School of William Shatner acting,
Right.
and it was making me crazy.
Yeah.
Speed it up. We got shit to do, lady. We got shit to do.
Think fast. You're a scientist.
She did have like a lot of dramatic pauses.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Because, she's got her husband involved, her ex-boyfriend, she's science stuff.
She's addled on
There's a lot.
crack from Tom Sizemore.
Everything.
Oh, did you guys notice? Like, okay, coming up, we're going right into the scene where they're on the ship and they're going through this wormhole.
Yeah.
And she like jumps in the co-pilot seat And she's talking to Tom Sizemore. Did you guys notice that there was absolutely no shots where they were together?
Right.
Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
shots
I'm
of
sure she wasn't in there.
somebody's head and her, but that's
Right. Yeah.
nope.
Well, I mean, he was in Richard Greco's trailer. That, it's just, it was the same move. It's just like, all right, give him a few shots. I don't know. Book him for like 2 hours. How much coke is that going to cost? Maybe $250. I don't know.
Let me be the lowliest staff worker on that movie, and let me be the person working at that celebrity's, high-profile celebrities, 5 hours of working for the day. I just want that, just once.
Just a day.
Not even 5 hours with an hour for lunch. Like, just that's what I want. I just want to experience the beauty.
Yeah.
Right. You almost wonder, like, did they even make it to a set with him? Like, or is they just like, we're coming to your
Is at his bathroom? They're like, hold this Xbox remote.
Whatever it is you're living in these days.
Put this coat on.
You know what? My storage room is purple. Is that going to work for you guys?
That sounds fucking great.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thing that was the worst about it, too, just in this performance generally, he was fed every single fucking line. So I mean, on a cue card with no context as to what who was talking to or how the line should be delivered in any way. I'm sure the director was just like, okay, Tom, in this scene, he's like, I fucking got it.
He's like,
one take, nailed it.
I don't give a shit about your goddamn movie. Give me the line.
Right.
Say it word by word, and I will repeat it, and you can edit it so it sounds like I'm saying them together.
Right. Or he put a spin on it, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't fucking match anything at all, but whatever. You're Tom Sizemore.
All right, so we're going into this wormhole, and it's a little bit turbulent. I hated this scene so much. It made me want to vomit physically and mentally. After watching this movie last night, I felt physically ill, and I thought it was because I was wearing glasses, because they do that sometimes. Then I watched it again today. I was like, oh no, this movie makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
It is terrible to look at. I hate it.
Yeah.
You got a lot of the same set in this movie. There wasn't a lot of leaving the set.
See, they put some money in. Well, I don't know. I mean, compared to other CGIs I've seen, like I say, it's my third one, but I mean, compared to that Jungle Run monster, those ships were pretty fucking banging. I mean, if you would have seen that in like 1978, for Star Wars, and you'd have seen that instead of the fucking models, your mind would have just fucking exploded. It would have looked so real, but you're right. It's like 20-year-old.
If you had seen this 5 years ago in any Asylum movie, it would have blown your mind.
Oh, yeah.
This is really good for Asylum. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's not.
Right.
The CGI, maybe not amazing, but it's not bad.
Yeah, it could be worse.
They definitely, they invested some in that. I'll give them that.
So let's talk about the dialogue as we're going through this wormhole, because it is straight up bananas.
Yeah.
Wanda, who is one of my favorite characters of this movie, she says, it's like going on the fastest roller coaster times 10 in reverse. If you say so, Wanda.
I loved Wanda. Wanda was my favorite.
Me too. I fucking loved her.
Yeah.
I wrote down so many of her lines because they are.
Oh, definitely. She may have my favorite line from the film. But yeah, what's his face is going because Jen is going.
Right.
Like, he didn't want to, and that was another good quote. If you go, then I guess I have to go, basically. I don't think it's gonna be a good idea.
Yeah.
You are a bad partner.
Wife took off to Saturn. I was just like, nah, I'm not feeling it. I think I'm gonna go spend a couple days in Baja, just for chill out. But no, she's like, we gotta go to the moon.
You gotta go save my ex. Because I gotta go save your fucking ex. And I don't blame him for wanting to not go save his wife's ex-boyfriend.
But here's the thing. He doesn't have to. He's just a fucking prick and doesn't fucking trust her. So he's like, I better go too because your boyfriend's there.
Yeah.
Cliff is a fucking asshole this entire movie. Every time he opened his mouth, I was like, fuck you, you fucking prick.
Did you screw him?
Right.
Did you screw him on the Saturn moon? I bet you did.
Seriously.
I bet you did.
Basically.
You wouldn't tell me, would you?
Right.
You'd never tell me, but I bet you did. But you screwed him on that Saturn moon.
Yes, I screwed him on Saturn moon. Is that? Are you
I'd
feeling
do it
better now?
again.
No,
I'm
because I know you're
glad I
telling the
did.
truth. Oh, this sucks. I can't trust you anymore. I shouldn't have gone to Baja.
You guys want to talk about Frank, the wacky computer voice that Tom Sizemore was always talking to?
His AI.
Right. Who gets smarter. Like there was like a sub story with Frank that I'm like, why do we need this?
Yeah.
We don't.
It learns from everything I say. Really? I haven't picked up a fucking
I don't know anything about you, sir. I guess that's true if you say so.
Oh, so you're teaching it? That sounds
Like
that
a
doesn't
bad
sound
idea.
good.
It sounded like when you go to an amusement park and you're like on a ride and it's like, it's the future. Here's a wacky thing I want to tell you because I am a computer from the future. And I hated it. Wait, you know what? I keep saying that I hate stuff, but I really didn't hate this movie. It entertained me more so than some other shit, but I'm not mad about it. I just want to make that clear.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, The Asylum.
I
Anyway,
do want to point out one thing that they like. It's kind of future related, like in context of when the film was actually made. Do you remember how Commander Tom Sizemore like earned his stripes? Basically,
no.
they mentioned this, and this is interesting. He got his stripe by shooting down Chinese spy satellites.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Were they
That would have
balloons?
whacked.
That was how he got his
Right.
reputation.
Yeah.
Holy
doing
fuck,
that.
dude.
And that was before all this shit happened. When that
Yeah,
movie
that's
was made.
very Nostradamus-esque.
Whoa.
Yeah, what a prediction.
We should do a podcast about how the asylum predicts the future.
Yeah.
We should. That'd be
There's
good.
1 minute example.
And that's it. Thank you for
And
joining
thank
us,
you.
you
Good night,
guys.
everybody. But yeah, that was fucking weird. I was like, wait a minute. When was this made? It's like, it wasn't made last week.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I wasn't paying that close of attention.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's great.
Weird stuff.
Shot it down over the Atlantic. It blew up pretty good. And that's why I'm controlling a
Here
ship with
with
the
a
space agency now.
Xbox
Or
joystick
Space Force.
now.
Or whatever it is.
Space Force Agency.
I don't know. Something. They give nice
Yeah.
haircuts and
And we get to see them on people before we get them.
right. And
We get to Pandora, and someone is like, "What kind of name is Pandora anyway? How the fuck did you get this job, bitch? What are you talking about? What kind
like
of
the app?
yeah, it's about music.
Sure.
Fucking
It's a
idiot.
musical planet. It's
Yeah.
just like a giant jukebox.
When they see it, it's one of my second favorite lines. Wow. So that's the moon Pandora. And one of the crew members is like, it's a lot more jagged than I thought it'd be.
Ooh, wow. And it's taking place in a crater, apparently.
The crater was mentioned so often, and it was like, that looks like you're in a cave because it's dark. But also there's standing water where everyone else is and it's light outside. What is a crater in your guys' opinion? Because I don't know what's happening.
I was a little confused by that as well. It didn't
You know
make sense.
what? So much of this fucking movie was confusing. And maybe that was because I was like,
No, I mean, even the water noodle, it was like, just get away from the fucking water. I mean, you walk through the jungle, like to get here. Just think about it, like 100 yards, like that way, you're probably fine.
There was like a theme in the movie though, like stay away from the water. What? Stay away from the water.
I'm
What?
gonna go stomp in this water.
Right? Suddenly, like, where did you go?
In the water.
as far as we know, there's only one small pond on this planet because
And
that's
Right,
all
it's
we
like
ever
the
saw.
Gilligan's Island Lagoon.
Yep. And they're all on it.
Right?
It's
You
like,
just want the professor and Mary Ann to run out.
Yes. I always want that though.
yeah.
John's got a story on Gilligan.
I do.
Bob Denver?
Yeah, about Bob Denver. Yeah.
I'm listening.
Yeah. My dad met him.
intently.
It was on a flight. And it was in the 70s. It was right after his marijuana arrest, which was like big time news. My dad was a minister, didn't follow the news. And he was actually like fleeing Los Angeles to get away from the press and everything. And my dad got on the same flight with him. And he's like, why don't you Bob Denver, and he just like shrank. He's like, yes. He's like, I love you. And Gilligan's had no idea. He said he just lit up and talked to him the whole way to Chicago. And was just like, oh, thank you, for seeing a fan. I mean, everybody been to shit to him for like days and days over weed,
Right.
And then Dad gets up and he's like, then I read about that marijuana conviction in Tribune. Landed. He's like, oh, no wonder he was so happy. I was like, why? Because like you were nice to him? He's like, no, because he was probably stoned. But yeah, he said he's a very nice guy. Very nice guy.
My weirdest dream involved Gilligan's Island. It was like the weirdest fucking dream I'd ever had. And it was just like, I don't know how, like, it's one of those dreams that like you just change from like dramatic changes of scene.
Mm-hmm.
In the movie, it's like, first I'm riding a motorcycle and now I'm on the set of Gilligan's Island. So I'm like on the set of Gilligan's Island and like, but it's in my hometown.
Sure.
Like small southern Missouri white town. We're just hanging out.
Right.
And then like this sounds bad. I don't know why it was in my dream. But like a truck with a loudspeaker comes through and says, "Attention, everyone! Malcolm X is coming!" And like the whole town is like, "Oh shit!" And everyone's like scattering, trying to hide.
No, that checks out for Southern Missouri. It
really does. And I'm like,
no fucking way. Let's get out of here.
He knows.
Yeah, it's so funny how your brain's just like, that all fucking makes sense. I'm gonna stay asleep,
right?
And we're going with this.
And then like that's where it leaves off, and like then this like godlike voice comes from out of nowhere and says, "Stay tuned next for Green Acres," and like the music from Gilligan's Island, and I'm like, oh, so this is what it's like when the show's over, right? Because I just like on the other side of it, like, oh, I've broken the wall.
I guess I'll have to tune in next week, see if Malcolm X shows up.
So we're on the planet. We're on our guard. We're looking around.
Have barely broken the surface of this movie.
Yes.
The new people are walking around this planet and they're like, look, that's a real tree. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if we stand around long enough, we'll get to experience the Pandora light shift because we have to film during the day soon and we can't do it at night anymore because we have to return the lights and it's expensive.
Yes. And apparently the sun goes around this moon every 10 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, but only the one time. And then it
only
stays
the one
there.
time. Yeah.
Forever and ever and ever and ever. Unless you're in a cave or a crater or whatever the fuck they were in.
Or the ship. Yep.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yes. How this fucking suits. Anyway.
So they're like, hey, there's
see
something.
The glue, like the hot glue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like,
they had some Pinterest DIY project.
You spend $50 on the fucking light stick suit, but you don't, when you spend like $1 on a glue stick to put the helmet together, it's going to be in the shot all the time.
Yeah, that's nice. So they're walking, they're trying to like figure out the planet. They're a little freaked out by everything, what's going on. One of my favorite lines is Marcus, who is gonna die soon.
Yeah.
Trying to reassure everybody and telling everybody, all their strong suits. My favorite strong suit, Wanda is trained in every killing technique you can imagine. So we're fine.
I can imagine a lot, so that's crazy.
But she only knows 2 things that interfere with water. It's the weirdest thing. It's like oil and salt, and then the rest is jujitsu. I don't know what's going on up there.
When they find something in the water in that pond that they keep going back to and they start shooting it with their laser guns, did you guys notice how, I don't know who it was, but they were basically shooting down and then aiming after they like the trigger?
They wouldn't even sink it. Yeah.
You guys, you don't shoot like this. You shoot like this.
Right.
Fucking idiot.
Well, and the thing is, they're trying to fucking save Marcus, who has been sucked in by the creature, right? They're like, we're going to get our friend and let's shoot it. And they're like, he's right there. They're like clearly not taking any specific aim. Like, we're gonna
Reach a
kill
hand
Marcus.
out.
Like easily a foot deep
Oh,
creek.
yeah. Did you see that? Like where like
So
he
you can
starts
see the
to, we're
rocks.
gonna get you, and then reach out, and then it's almost like the fake where you smooth your hair back. Right? Like, never psych. And like as soon as he touches the water, like, never mind, I am out.
See ya.
You are on your
Goodbye.
own, Marcus. I don't want to get wet.
Because I don't know anything about water monsters at this point. I am just grossed out by wetness.
Right.
The texture of my suit when it's wet, ew.
Okay.
I know how to kill people, but
Yucky toes.
wet, no.
Is this where Tom Sizemore is like, you guys can't come back to the ship if you're compromised? And Cliff
We're
is
pretty
like,
close to that.
what the fuck does that mean? Cliff, you don't know what compromise means? Cliff. Okay, you need first off, come on. You need to tone it down. Second off, it means that one of you could be compromised. I don't know how else to say that, dude. You are a
Right.
scientist. You should know.
Right.
Yep.
You're gonna lose your bow tie if you don't know what that is.
We're taking it back.
So Jenny from the block and whoever else, I don't even know, finds some other guys from the first team. They think they're dead, but they're not. Hooray.
They're not. Yay! Marcus is dead, which I thought it was interesting. Like, he had some pretty nice kicks. I don't know if you noticed this. Like, they were like some Jordan-esque looking kicks. Like,
those were some
probably
fucking knockoff Yeezys is what they were.
Mm.
I was like,
And
I could clock those in a second. Those are not Yeezys, but they want to be.
Mm.
And they looked like they cost some money. I'm like, those sneakers that you just ruined were probably more than your paycheck.
Yeah, they're probably knockoffs.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, even if they were Yeezys, they probably cost much anyway at this point.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dangerous thing from Chicago, but Disney Semite. Sorry.
Yep.
Spoiler.
Spoiler. So the new team that came to rescue the old team, they're able to talk to each other through their helmet stuff.
Tube.
Do they not have
That's
close
the communication
networks?
too. That may be. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
a
would
good
assume
question.
that they would have me being a dickhead about this technical fucking nuance. I would think they would have closed networks and not be able to communicate with just anyone that comes along. Also, how the fuck do these water monsters know English?
That's a good question.
That?
Yeah. Maybe when they assimilated Skinny Channing Tatum, they they learned it.
I thought he was more of a Chris Pine type, but I get it.
Yeah.
I saw Mikey Die from SNL.
Yeah.
He really, I thought, looked like him.
But another question too. When they come upon them, they've got like the red glow sticks. So it's like I'm thinking, okay, why does that mean they're compromised, or are they like in a different gang? It's just like
maybe it's rank.
We're
like,
I
blood.
assumed it was rank.
Where your grandma stay at.
Now we got to get everyone back to the new ship. Is it the new ship or is it the old ship? I'm confused at this point because
I don't know. I think it's the same ship, isn't it?
Apparently, I think they were dropped off by Tom Sizemore. So I guess they were just going to ride back in on the original team's ship, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, because they were like, hey, do you have any more spacesuits? And they're like, no, they're all back at this other ship because we're on your bullshit ship. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if we're on your bullshit ship or if it's some other bullshit ship because I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. And the AI is like, I don't fucking know. So are they sick? Are they not? I mean, you're an AI.
Well, and then there were like all the weird mystery ships that just suddenly appeared out of the water.
What was that? Where did they come from?
I don't know. I was like, how did that happen? Where? I don't understand.
Did the water monsters build those based off of our Earth ships? Because there was only one team that came to that planet, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
I don't either. I think they were going for at that point. It's just like, okay, if you're still watching this movie, you're probably 5.
Look, more
so look,
shit.
more spaceships. Are those fun?
So we get to the med bay or wherever the fuck we are and whatever fucking ship this is. And they put Kyle on some table. Jenny assumes everyone has hypothermia.
Right.
Kyle starts seizing, and they're like, "Ooh, put a blanket on him. He's chilly."
And they turn on the
And then there's
hibachi.
like a pissing contest
Yes!
between like the boys.
Because Greg, the ex-boyfriend, is like, "No, I'm really good at doing this thing." And Cliff is like, "Yeah, I've heard."
That was a great line.
Settle
So
the
I've
fuck
heard.
down, bro. You are showing your cards, and they are not good.
Right. And what made me laugh, like for a split second, I really thought they were just like, because they reached out to like shake hands, but I really thought they were just going to whip out their things and just drop them right. Let's see whose is bigger. For a split, it really felt that way.
So it gets revealed that this alien organism is not airborne; it's water, whatever. I don't know what the word is.
Inborn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
And it's in the suits.
And so this is when Jenny spouts off all the science words. She's like, "Oh, like mitochondria, or not mitochondria, whatever the fuck she said, or blah blah blah, or blah blah blah, or blah blah blah, science things, science, parasites." That's all I had to say about that. But boy, she was real excited to say science word.
And whatever the fuck you do never turn on the heater on a table.
No, on the table.
Jesus Christ, when somebody has hypothermia, what the fuck is wrong with you?
But she said that, and then he did it anyway. Cliff is a fucking dick.
Fucking piece of shit.
He's trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Every man is competition to this guy. He is so fucking insecure.
I'll have the best beard on the ship.
My bow tie.
My bow tie's on fleek. This guy's got to go.
Yeah, it's all kind of a blur at this point. This is like where they're finally starting to realize it's in the water. Right, and we kind of go back to our last movie theme.
The what?
Like
in the how?
The water. The water.
What the fucking thing? That thing was pretty wet, wasn't
Jungle Run. Yeah. That was.
I mean, it's so scary because you need water, but it's also the enemy.
How do we get rid of water? Alcohol. No.
That would have been great if they all just got wasted.
We'll dehydrate ourselves.
I mean, great idea. Let's do it right now. When we go to like the team that's like on the planet still, that I kept forgetting was still there. A lady, I don't even know who this lady was. The image of her is like, ah, and she falls through ice, and it's not even her like acting, it's just like her image, like, ah. Fantastic.
I thought she like turned into vapor. She fell through ice.
Oh no, she fell through some ice, and it was just like a photo going down.
Yeah,
great.
The shot was funny.
So Kyle doesn't last long. He just kind of.
What happens to Kyle? What does he do? Tell us about that.
Projectile vomits. And it's like water, and like the okay, I don't know if anybody else had like kind of a negative memory reaction to watching the projectile vomiting, but it just totally reminded me of like those times where you've just been sick and you've thrown up too much and you've still got the dry heaves and you just start guzzling water, so you have something to come out, and it's totally that. It's just like just like the clear water puke that just flies out of you.
It's not helping anything. It's just coming out of my body, and I need it inside of my body. Stop.
Right. And you can like feel it coming out of your nose watching this. It's just awful.
I didn't have that reaction. I just laughed really.
Yeah.
Especially with like the full eye contact. They're like, whoa. It's like, I think you close your eyes when you throw up, I think.
No,
you don't.
How can you like relate to someone if you're not looking them straight in the eyeballs?
Look at me.
This is for you. I'm doing this because of you.
The only way I can throw up, you have to make look at me.
Right. And like, the ultimate like dick line comes up after Kyle dies. I don't know if you guys caught this.
What's that?
Like Kyle dies, and like one of the team members are like, we could have what Kyle has. Nerd boy is like, just fucking dick like had. Like, what a semantic shit.
Too soon, bro.
What a fucking dick. He is on Facebook all day just correcting people's grammar and typos. Dude, you know what I meant.
Not the time.
Well, why didn't you go edit his Wikipedia page then, motherfucker? Asshole. Too soon, bro. Too soon.
So Jenny's like, "Hey, why don't you
Damn.
make some like soup or some shit and get out of my hair?"
It's super.
Cliff.
It's great.
And you know it's the feature. You know how? Because the bowls are square. Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I have some of
That's how
those.
they are.
They're not that great.
Well, unless you get to the corner, then it's just like a
Yeah.
spelt.
Yeah. Cereal does fine. But yeah. Anything else,
Soup.
salad stuff, kind of pain in the ass.
No, cereal, it's good because you can like that corner really
Right.
focuses the milk.
Or like a
and
good
nutrition.
soup. Or a
Mm.
salad that's basically salad dressing and just a little bit of
And you want to drink
lettuce.
the salad dressing
Yes.
afterwards.
All right, so Kyle's dead or whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, fuck
And
him.
everyone's like,
Mhm.
you guys got to be quarantined to the first team. And the first team's like, no, why? Why would you do that to us? Who cares? Go quarantine. Like, what's the fucking problem? Why are
Yeah.
you so against it?
Right.
You've been covered in diseases
Oh, you've been compromised.
from an
But
alien
somehow,
planet.
like, right.
For the last 3 hours, you're like, oh, jeez, fine. Can I have one of these iPads? I'm gonna go watch
You watch reruns of
Netflix on
MacGyver.
you.
Fuck you
What's the
guys.
fucking Wi-Fi? What's the password?
But somehow, like, Greg is just like beyond question. Like, I don't think it's me.
Nah.
Yeah,
Mm.
what?
And everybody's like, no, it's probably
Nope.
not you. Like, why the fuck wouldn't it be you?
Nope. Have you
Definitely
seen
Why
all
the
of your
fuck would-
team, but not you, Greg. You're fucking cool. Cool
Right.
as hell, Greg.
That's kind of where the I'm good came out. Like, yeah, I heard you were good. Yeah, well, I think I'm good. I heard that.
I'm super cut, super good.
Okay.
Okay, so now Sophie, another of the original team who did not want to be quarantined,
Uh-huh.
projectile vomits her water monster out of her mouth.
Yes.
Later, we
Mhm.
established that Kyle died because of an IV infusion with saline.
Mm.
Did we establish why Sophie projectile vomited? Or it was just like, wow, that was weird.
No, I don't.
She just
Yeah, I think she
got
just
it too. I don't know.
did. Maybe like the thing wanted to spread itself, or another. But it seemed.
Well, remember, it
already in
was
somebody.
starting to like disintegrate
Yeah.
suits. That was
Yeah,
kind
that
of
was
like
right.
they had to all take that risk
Yeah.
because they were like, oh no, it's oxygen is eating the suits. So we might as well take them off.
It's
Sure.
turning this thing into the technical name for rust. Oh, it's rusting? Guys,
Yeah.
can we just be cool? Like, not be nerdy
Ooh.
dicks right now and just be cool?
She talked about body temperature a couple times in the show, and I really thought it was going to be like, okay, everybody needs to get naked and just huddle together.
Yeah, right?
For body heat. That's the
Get
only way we're
down.
going to do this.
All right, let's
Asylum's getting
go.
sexy. Let's see what happens. No.
Right.
No
And
joy.
then while all this is going on, Tom Sizemore is arguing with the space
Yes.
agency.
You're getting chewed out, too.
They're basically like, you gotta abandon them. And he's like, I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
And he shoots down like the alien spaceships because they don't respond.
He should.
He's like, I can't take any chances.
Wherever they came from. They're probably like, don't go on that planet. It's full of water worms.
What? You're dead.
Fuck you.
Sophie's projectile vomit results in Bradley getting infected because she just like vomits completely head to toe on Bradley.
Which was awesome.
So awesome. And he is like immediate, like, infected, I'm gonna kill everybody. And they're like, fuck you, go in this pneumatic tube or cryogenic chamber from Futurama, whatever the fuck this
Whatever
is.
it is.
No.
No.
I can't. Right. And like everybody denies they have it.
Yeah.
I
that they
mean,
have
yeah,
it.
because they're infected and they probably get their brains eaten. I don't know.
Getting them into that tube too. It was just so fucking. It was like the stage directions in like a high school play where they just really don't know how to like, transition the next part, and they're just like, "Get in there, you." He's like, "Ooh."
Okay,
Just, like,
wait,
pulls it.
no.
Like, wow, what a fucking villain you have here. What an enemy. Push him in a tube, whatever you want. Knock yourself out, I guess.
And then Cliff and Jenny are crawling somewhere. And he's like, so you don't trust Greg? Oh my God. That's hilarious because he fucking sucks so hard. Fucking Cliff, dude. Get therapy, dude.
Yeah.
Grow up.
I was never happy with him. Not even way up to the end of the movie. Like, no?
I apologize because I'm going to repeat myself about Cliff a billion times because every line he says, I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Good
He's
lord.
not
He
secure.
has it coming.
He's not secure.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Got some issues.
So Jenny's like, yo, Sizemore, come pick us up. This sucks. And he's like,
And Sizemore's like, I can't.
okay.
You gotta get rid of your extra passengers there
Well, we don't know
before I can come do it.
how.
Right. And this is where it gets like amusing to me in that, as opposed to past films that I've watched that don't really have any ending set in mind,
Uh-huh.
they came up with like 10 endings
Yeah.
this movie
Yeah.
and like just threw them all together
Uh-huh.
because you think, oh, right, we got it done. We're going to get through this. We're
Ooh,
almost
I
done.
like
I'm
that
almost
one.
out of this
I
shit.
like that one
And
too.
then, no, they have to explore like 5 different endings, 10. I don't even know.
Oh, but surely it's
many,
over
but-
soon.
You would think.
Right. No, it's
No.
not. It's not.
Was this the point talking about the delivery of the line where Tom Sizemore has my favorite line, where she's asking to get on the ship? And
Yeah, she's asking.
yeah, she's like, oh, what if I could tell you that I wasn't infected or something to that effect? And Tom Sizemore is like, well, I'd have to take you at your word.
Yes.
Screams. It was like
It was that was yeah.
it was weird. It's like, what the fuck?
That was
Yeah.
amazing because
Like, is
it
he
was
having a stroke right
100%,
now?
100% a product of editing. Like
Exactly.
he's like, okay, we're
No
gonna do
context
2
clues.
takes. That's it.
Right.
Just
Here's
to
your
be
line.
calm and then be angry. That's it.
Okay. I got it.
Well, she was also like explaining like science to him, like the science, like
Oh,
like,
you don't
how
get
do
it,
you
you
know?
stupid fucking idiot.
Right? You'll just have to trust that I know big words, asshole.
Man, I got
Okay,
something to
I
take you.
know big words.
Word.
Okay, I
All
guess
you
I'd have
know
to trust
Okay.
somebody
is
that
how
knows
to
big words.
drive a spaceship, you stupid dum-dum.
Yeah.
I know science, asshole. So this is where Jenny's like, hey, I have an idea about oil. We could do oil stuff. And because oil and water, they like separate and stuff and whatever. And Cliff, the biggest dummy, is like, what does that have to do with anything?
Right.
Cliff, do you understand what's happening right now? The monsters we're dealing with are water monsters. If we have oil, something different will happen, maybe. I don't know.
No, man. I
Right.
don't do the dishes.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
And this is like after somebody else has explored using heat, right? We learned that heat
and water.
phases it,
Right.
right? So we figured out heat.
Mhm.
Saline, like too much salinity,
Mhm.
runs it out.
Yeah. It's
Sodium.
word.
Oil repels it.
Mhm.
And then like one of the team members is like having an aside while they're
With Wanda.
doing some task. Yeah.
Hey,
And they're like,
did you see those liquid nitrogen tanks back there?
we can freeze that fucker.
Right.
Wow. How many ways can we kill this thing that we're not doing currently? Let's see. I think we got at least 3 right now. Are there any more? Can we like
I think that's 4 right there. Yeah. Heat, freezing, saline, water.
how many things are you going to introduce and then not use? Like oil.
Like, here's
Hey.
an idea we're never going to try.
I've got a spritzer of sebum. Just say oil.
We're gonna-
Oh, sure. Sure.
And he's like, what?
How do you have
sebum?
that?
I'm a scientist.
basically
What's
moisturizer.
sebum? Cliff.
I brought it all the way to Saturn. That's my tanning oil. Because we're so far away from the sun. I figured, gonna get a little pale out here.
Thought I'd catch some blue rays.
Right.
You know.
What does she say? She says, oh yeah, because I think she figures out sodium, whatever. Jenny does. She's like,
Hot water.
I
yeah.
think this is enemy best beat by science and not brute force. Okay.
And everybody
It's
watching
very
the movie's like,
smart.
oh,
Yeah, that's why you're here, you fucking idiot.
you want to see brute force.
Bring Wanda back. We don't like
I
you.
just saw a movie.
Like the big thing is they're gonna give everybody like the saline drip to make sure that they're all clear.
Was that the plan? At this
I
point,
think so. That's
was
one of
so
the plans. One of the
confused.
plans.
Yeah.
But then like Greg, who is secretly infected, playing it
I would have
cool.
never guessed.
Right.
Right. You're like the entire movie. You're like, Greg's infected.
What?
Right. You just
The
like,
red
it's
lights.
clear.
Yeah. They have clearly laid this out before me before this movie started.
Yeah. His
He
eyes
like
look like he's
plays
been
it out.
strung out for like 10 days. His skin's turning blue. Maybe he's the blue alien in the fucking cover of the movie that we never saw.
Maybe like it plays out like a Scooby-Doo
It totally
script. Like it
does.
really does.
Yeah.
He's like, ha ha ha. You guys didn't see that while you guys weren't paying attention, I flipped out her drip with one of us.
No, Greg, that's not fair. That's not playing fair, and we don't appreciate that kind of shenanigan.
Also, there's no way that that's Greg's like everyday voice.
At some point, Greg and Bradley get locked in the same pneumatic tube together.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they bust him. Like
Right.
they save
Yeah.
Jen, and then like they figure him out and force him into it.
And they're like,
Yeah,
what's the
so
deal?
he's in the tube with Captain Crunch.
Right. Why are you doing this?
He also goes in the pod very easily.
Yeah, yeah. They're just like, please
Oh,
go
in
in
here?
there.
Okay.
Oh, my
All right,
bad.
gotcha. All right. This
way?
Okay.
Oh, got it.
Gotcha.
And they cover Jen in like a suit. You remember that? And they treat Jen.
Mhm.
So like the
right.
water monster comes out of
Yeah.
her.
But before that, she was like, Cliff, can I have one more kiss? Just in case this is
Oh,
the end.
yeah.
And I want to put my water monster down your throat, please.
And he doesn't fall for it. To his credit,
Mm.
he misses
For
a
the
lot
first time
in this
ever, he had
movie.
some sort of smarts.
He's like, right, but you know what? He's never trusted anything related
No,
to
not
her
a
and her
trustworthy
ex.
guy of anybody.
He should
Right,
divorce
so why
him.
would he trust
Yeah.
this? So
I hope they did.
Same.
then they are like telling the two in the tube, you know what? Your buddy's going out into space.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill your buddy if you don't puke yourselves out.
What? No.
Mm.
They, at some point, the two of them, Captain Crunch and Greg, were like, why are you doing this? What's going on? And they're like, we are going to take Earth as our new home. Why?
How do you know where it is?
Why?
What-
Yeah, first off, what do you know about Earth and how? And
Right.
why do you need a new home? You seem fine where you are. What's the
Right.
fucking problem?
We have the internet here. I mean,
Maybe establish something before you
Mhm.
start spouting some bullshit,
Right.
Greg.
yeah, it's covered in water. Yeah, a lot of salt water, which you don't like.
And they're trying to like bribe people. So this is my favorite list. So they're trying to like bribe Wanda into like joining them from the tube.
I think I know the line.
You let us out and all of your pain goes away. And Wanda responds, I eat pain just for the taste.
Yeah, fucking love her so much.
No, it was all due respect.
I was just about to correct you. Good job.
With all due respect.
But right
I eat
before that,
pain.
another great like she had two great lines right in a row, because right before that
Mhm.
she was like, you guys try anything and I will snap your spine in half. I
Wanda's
like
a
you.
badass.
I love her.
I loved Wanda.
Same.
She was the nice, like androgynous sci-fi character
Yeah.
that we need
She's fantastic.
in those movies. Real life, I looked her up.
Mhm.
Oh, tell
You know
me.
what her name is? Get this name. It's the best name. Plastic Martyr.
Wow, that's bold.
That's what she
That's
goes
her.
by.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Does she have a website? Does she have a fan
I'd
page?
probably-
I'm sure.
We should ask her to be on our puppet
Let's
show.
Absolutely.
totally
Absolutely.
invite Wanda on. I would love to have Wanda
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
My favorite character by far.
100%. So now we go to Sophie, who has been put in a cage or whatever, and they're basically cooking her. And she's like, oh my God, it's so hot. And Cliff's like, hey, you want some water? And she's like, oh my God, I would love some fucking water.
Mhm.
Here you go, wink. Oh my God, what's in this water? Because I'm vomiting profusely.
Mhm.
It's salt water,
Ah.
dickhead.
Uh,
Of course it is.
oh, you got me.
Science.
But then, like,
Yeah.
afterwards, wasn't it like, oh my God, what would have happened if I hadn't had the monster in me?
Yeah.
And they were like, you would have died.
Right. Well, if it's anything like a saving solution, you'd shit your pants for a long time. I mean, like half.
It would have been bad
like all
for
the way back
you.
to Mars, at least. We have to put you in one of those pods where you sleep and it cleans you up as you
Right.
go. Or
I didn't even
would've been
think about
bad.
that. Like, I remember being a waitress / bartender in
Uh-huh.
the 90s, and the thing, like, I never did it, but everyone's like, if you really
Visine?
hate a yes, yes, if you really hate a customer, put Visine in their drink
Visine
and
or
they'll shit their
shot.
pants.
Yeah, it supposedly works. I don't know.
I don't know if it does either,
Uh,
but fantastic.
I don't know. I know that like I don't have a long time usually between leaving a restaurant, like a sit down restaurant, and needing to take it down. There's usually not a big interval
God
between.
damn it! They
And
put
now,
Visine in my
now I'm
food
like,
again.
fuck, I guess I'm just an asshole. Like maybe this is like suddenly making sense. It's not
Here comes
biological.
eye
I'm just a
drops.
dick.
All wait staff hate you.
I've just been getting eye drops.
Here comes eye drops. He
Sorry.
doesn't
For
tip very
years.
well.
Ah,
I thought I gave 20%'s not enough, I guess. God damn.
that's their
Christ.
whole wage, dude. So when Sophie vomits up this water monster, Cliff flamethrows it because that's how they've decided to kill it. One of the many ways they've decided to kill it.
Yes,
And it turns solid, and I don't understand that.
I
But
don't get that either. Yeah.
it's fine. It's like it looks like lava. It's fine. Whatever. It's fine. I'm not a scientist. It's fine. So Sophie's fine now. It's great.
Mhm.
Good for her.
Cliff injects Jenny with some saline, I guess. I don't know. And that's when she's like, hey, kiss me real quick, real quick.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
I would like to pass this on to you because we don't have children right now. And I think that we should pass on our genes to somebody. And he's like, what? I've got this water monster in a bag. And if you don't fucking get out of those bodies, I'm going to.
They like save the monster in a baggie, basically. They were gonna know that if they don't get out, I'm gonna drop this
Yeah,
bag in
it's
his
still
face and
stupid to
it'll die
me.
in space.
I get it. It's still
Or
stupid.
something like that.
I'm going to put a goldfish in here, and it's going to really suck for him.
It's going to shit all over your friend.
Right. He's going to feel nauseated. It's going to be
Joke's on
squirmy.
you. My friend loves that.
And like it suddenly renders it helpless, like though that it's
Right.
in a bag.
Fuck.
Oh God, no! I
Jesus
can't
Christ.
get out of here.
I
Jesus
can grab a human
Christ!
being.
Right, I can literally explode out of the moon and chase a spaceship, but I can't break out of this plastic bag. This Ziploc has got me.
Why not just
bamboozled.
show these assholes a baggie of water and be like, hey, I got your
Hey.
friend. You better
Got
get the
your
fuck out,
friend.
or else I'm gonna fucking, I don't know, flush him down the toilet. Fuck you guys.
Hope you love your mother.
I don't know. Would it be like the equivalent of playing Gotcha Nose to someone?
Wait a minute. I don't believe that for a second.
This is your sister. She's dead. No, brother. I mean, it's your brother.
You didn't know she
Yeah.
was here, did you?
This threat of throwing your buddies into space actually worked, which is what
Yeah.
blows my mind the most about this. Like, what?
Yeah.
You believe me?
You're trying to
'Cause-
colonize a planet. Why would you give a fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
I could have said that like an hour or two ago. Would you have like,
Right.
these are just words.
We're
and
going to
they're
hurt one of
bullshit.
you. We would have known you were going to hurt people. Would have never bothered.
Poor waterworms.
Poor one.
And now we get a great shot of tentacles shooting out of this moon.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Chasing.
Into
Right.
space.
Right.
Space is really warm.
Mhm.
Nothing like
Very. It's like
Famously
a
hot.
tropical
Mhm.
zone.
It's just everybody knows it. Nothing.
Right. But not like
Nothing like
so
liquid
warm that it would
nitrogen
kill a
or-
water
no,
organism.
No. It's like 74 most
Yeah.
of the
Oh,
time.
perfect.
It's room
72,
temperature. It's like
74
room
degrees. Yeah,
temperature in
yeah.
space.
Most of the time. Yep.
Mhm, mhm.
And
Everyone
especially
knows
around
this.
Saturn. Yes.
Mhm. Especially. Are you kidding me?
Ooh,
Yes.
chucking around there.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're fine. Water
fine.
monster's fine in space. It's fine.
Fine. Why do they need a ship then? Fucking just go. Just, just take off. Go to Earth.
Right.
If it's that way.
They're communicating to Tom Sizemore like, we
Right.
got it. We got it. And he's just like, oh, cool.
Whatever you
Right
say.
on. I'm glad.
Like I said earlier,
Come on
I'm just
board.
gonna have to take your word for it. I mean, I'm just gonna have to take your word.
Take your word for it.
Just head towards the big yellow thing. It's just like keep going that way. You're running to Earth pretty soon. Especially if you're giant.
And the wormhole's about to
Right.
close up.
And
Mhm.
this scene was fucking 5 hours long
Oh, God.
because they need to get away from Worm Monster. They need to dump fuel because it's sodium. I don't know. They need to not get blasted by a nuke from Earth. They need to do all of those things and more.
And cover the ship in oil. Don't forget about they did that. Yeah.
And then at the end, they're not even in the same ship anymore. What the
Nope.
fuck is happening? I have no
I don't
idea.
know. I don't know.
Everything was like,
They rendezvous with Tom Sizemore, and I guess they like merge the ships somehow. But we're like, we gotta bail on the old ship because it's like infested.
Right.
So we gotta get the fuck out of here.
The
with
original
that, and
ship?
the wormhole's about to close. Yeah.
Okay. Because like lots of fast talking, lots of angry. And I was like, I'm not even writing notes because I don't know what the fuck is happening right now.
I think there was a lot of methanese going on there too with Tom. Maybe some slipping teeth, but methanese for sure.
Oh my God. Is it just me, or did he sound like fucking Rudy Giuliani? Like while he was talking, like the faster he got, the more I'm like, this is Rudy.
Yeah.
Trying to, like, whenever he's sweating, like I could almost imagine the shit dripping down his forehead while he's at the Four Seasons lawn service place. God, that was, the Four Seasons. And then we're getting aside here, but they fucking thought that was a Four Seasons hotel.
Oh, absolutely.
And booked it.
There's no way that was on purpose.
Absolutely not.
And try to play it off like,
we love landscaping. What?
We love America, and this is America.
Visitors like, what the fuck are they doing here? I don't know.
They paid us like $5,000.
I don't know. It's the president.
That was good.
Rudy Giuliani said, "You want to come?" And I'm like, I'm not going to question it.
It's fine.
Fuck. I mean, where else?
Right. Like they're going to say publicity and money, and they're going to be like, no thanks.
Right. Even though they would have been better off just fucking abandoning the whole thing, just shot it in the park or whatever.
Are you sure you want to do this? Don't take your money. Don't
just
take the
fucking digger.
I would be thinking
double
this is
down.
a PR win for us. Yeah. Jesus Christ. And there are still people that are stupid enough to think that guy really knows what he's talking
like
about.
He's like with the proletariat and people.
There was a point in this wormhole where Jenny was like, hey, Greg, ex-boyfriend dude, the only way we're going to survive this is if you do some shit, some over place there. I don't know what it is. I wasn't paying attention. And he's like, you know what? I got you. And Cliff is like, but if you do that, you'll die. And he's like, whatever. Here's the thing. These guys are basically potentially risking the entire planet Earth's life by bringing this alien to them just so they don't die. And Greg's like, you know what? I will sacrifice myself for this tiny crew. But this crew, they basically are like, I'm not going to die. I'm going to fucking get through this wormhole. Fuck the rest of this planet that I'm from.
Yeah.
Right. I don't care if I destroy my entire planet.
I got to get home.
Everything I've ever known and loved. No, fuck it all.
Fair. I don't give a shit either, but
who's going to feed the cat?
Exactly.
Right.
No one knows that cat's home alone right now. It just has an automatic feeder, and who knows what's happening there.
Yes.
But it has very good AI on the feeder, and it adapts.
Frank.
Kind of learns from the cat as it goes along because they'll develop the cat's personality.
Why is the AI such an asshole? That's my cat joke.
Doesn't like that.
Shortly after this, Sizemore finally joins the rest of the cast.
He stands up. Cheers.
Oh.
No, it was the same drink though. It was the same. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Perfect.
We deserved at least 2 drinks for that one, really.
But that was really exciting because the whole time he's been like in a storage room for this whole movie. He got to like be with the dirty masses for the rest of the movie. It was very exciting.
Didn't even know if he ever made eye contact with them or that was a thing. Yeah.
I honestly, I was a little bit surprised that he was like in a scene with other people. Kind of by the time we got to the end, I was like, he's not leaving that desk.
Jungle Run, they did the same thing. It's like they buy you 10 minutes with the celebrity.
Rico trailer.
Right, but even Rico, he had a couple different backgrounds, but Sizemore is like, I'm sitting down and that's it.
That's it.
You have 5 hours.
Yeah.
That is it. Make it good because I'm not coming back. But if there's a party after the movie, I'll do the last scene. Because I got
Yeah,
so
one
much
more.
That's
practice.
probably it.
One more eight
We're gonna
ball.
do this, and then it's a rap party.
Right.
Rap party.
I'm not gonna rap.
I will be there.
And then we land in the Dead Sea, and then the asshole scientists, Jenny and Cliff, have to explain what the Dead Sea is to everybody else.
The what?
Right. It's like the saltiest lake in the
Yeah,
world.
I'm not stupid. I know what the Dead Sea is, you fucking assholes.
I really would kind of wish it would have been like Salt Lake City. If they landed just Mormon invasion. That would be funnier to me.
That would have been
More
amazing.
fun.
There's always chance at a sequel. Always.
No, there's not.
Mm.
But
Not
at
now.
the end,
Yeah.
like that was the end, but also at the end, all the couples start making out, and I guess
Uh-huh.
Sophie and Greg are a couple now. I don't know what's happening there.
I don't know.
But Cliff and Jenny start making out, and just in the background, Tom Sizemore is mumbling about closed mouth kisses and like,
Yeah.
you guys.
Put your mask on. I think I heard that line too. Like it was shot during the pandemic. Like, what mask? Wait, what are you fucking? Oh, haha.
Was that a pandemic?
I think
joke?
it was. I think it was Tom
I
They
breaking the
don't
just
know.
fourth
left
wall.
it in. Like,
Yeah.
Sizemore.
Tom, just shut up and do your lines. It's like
He is so great with improv. You are gonna love this. Check out this one line. He talks about masks. It's hilarious.
right. I mean, just clears the room every time. We're in the aisles. I'm going to see it again just for that line.
I didn't look it up, but I wonder now, was that his very last movie?
I don't know.
I don't know, because I know he did
It
a
would be
couple last year for Asylum, I think.
But it just passed
But
last
that's
month.
been out less than a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it just came out like December,
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we shot
but I could be totally wrong. I don't know.
Could be. And his death was pretty sudden. Aneurysm.
Yeah. Oh, was it? I thought
Yeah.
that he was like in hospice for a minute.
No, he was in hospice because he was they put him in hospice.
Or
They
did he have the
they were like,
aneurysm and then go to the hospital like shortly after? Usually that's a fucking pretty quick one. You know?
Yeah.
I guess it can go on. Anyway, this was a lot of fun. I had a blast for our third one.
We did it. We made it through another one.
Yes.
You know, I
We're
had to watch that
still
one
the
once.
same.
In memorandum, R.I.P. Tom Sizemore.
Yep.
That was the whole reason we decided to
Yeah. Thank you for dying, dude.
do this. We appreciate you.
Peace out.
All right. This is
5,000 G.
God, what a fucking awful tribute.
Hey, you know what? He did that to himself. So
Right. Yeah.
I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
But you guys, we're on a fucking time.
We're out of time.
It's been so fun.
Oh my God.
Yay.
It has been. Goodness.
Thanks for having
Hopefully-
us on.
Everyone watching and listening will hear and see our puppet podcast soon because it's going to be amazing.
We're working on it, right?
Yeah.
Magnum.
So until then, we'll see you at the movies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.